Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Musical People's Journeys, to the new rock album review show. I'm your host Nigel. Welcome to my wonderful panel, to Trish, to Ian, to Simon, to William and to Chris. Welcome to the show. What we're all about, we're reviewing all the latest rock albums, and today we are reviewing Say Anything Is Committed. We are then going to rate them out of 5 at the end of the show. Will they get into our Hall of Fame? What do we think of them? And our ratings are very much for our listening pleasure, not about how technical they were or all the rest of that jazz. Who Are Say Anything is an American rock band from Los Angeles, California. The band was formed in 2000 by Mac Bemis and his friends. Within 2 years, they'd self-released 2 EP full-length albums. In 2003, the band signed their first label. A year later, they released their second album, It's a Real Boy. It's a Real Boy. To support the album, they picked up new members and began touring. However, despite rapidly growing critical and fan acclaim, Bemis' health problems, including bipolar disorder, drug addiction, sidelined the band in 2005 as 5 band members left during the year. Say Anything signed to J Records in 2005 following Bemis' successful rehabilitation, re-released It's a Real Boy with their new label. They went on co-headline tours with Save the Days in 2006 and Hello Goodbye in 2007. 2008, Say Anything went on the headline tour in the US and UK and appeared on every date of the Warped Tour. Bemis announced Say Anything's disbandment in 2018, months before the 2009 release of the 8th LP. The band reunited in 2023 and have now released their 9th album. So, talking about needing committed, Trish, what
100%.
What did you think of Say Anything? Have you got anything good to say or bad to say? What have you got to say? There's a theme here.
Well, I wasn't sure what to make of the opening track, Be Children, the Union record. And to be honest, some of the titles of the track also leave a lot to the imagination, with Automatic Harmonic Asphyxiation and I Vibrator. So really, I didn't know what to expect or think. And after listening to the album, I still don't know what to think. I did find it hard work to listen to all the way through. I classed it as very, very angry Green Day / Anti-Flag sounding musically. I really can't put my finger on it, or want to put my finger on anything, or pinpoint one specific thing with vocals, music. It just wasn't for me.
Now, somebody we always want to put our finger on, because we can never put our finger on why he says what he says, but he says them, and we love him, and his name is Ian Venner, and definitely is committed, 100%. And, Ian, what did you think?
Yeah, I don't know why I say some things as well. I think it's something to do with ADHD. It's the wonders that it brings, I think. So, squirrel. That always happens in my head. So I think, way too punky for me, definitely. And not in a good way. Some punk I'll listen to, like Motley Crue. Yeah, I like their style of punk. But this punk was not good. I was very intrigued to listen to the album in exactly the same way Trish was with some of the titles. And then realised, well, I'm not a pubescent teenager anymore, and therefore I don't want to listen to songs about someone's wife getting herself off with a vibrator. It's like, what is the point? Like, literally, what is the point?
It's his wife, by the way. It's the singer's wife.
Oh, it's the singer's wife. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, even more so. So there's actually right. It's a specific wife now. No, definitely not. I just found it very schoolboy humour. I get it's a tongue-in-cheek album. I totally got that. For once, that didn't escape me. Sometimes I miss when some things are meant to be a bit sarcastic and whatnot, and it's all a bit tongue-in-cheek, bit fun, but I thought that also, I don't mind swear words and stuff. No problem with that whatsoever. You know, used in the correct place, they are fucking good. But just to drop them in everywhere else, like just to emphasise something, it's just, that does detract from it. Not because it's a swear word, it's just like, you know, if I dropped popcorn, a strange popcorn word into every cent popcorn, because it just wouldn't make sense. It wasn't a great listen for me. I'm just going to have a quick look at my notes, make sure I've picked up everything. Oh, that was the other thing. Was listening to that Vibrator song. What I don't want to do is listen to a song like that when I've got random play and I've just listened to something like Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, or Six. With that afterwards, it's like kind of just messing up my head. Not one for me, this one.
Right, well, somebody always messes with our head. Will he think differently? Simon, what did you think?
So, full disclosure, I am a fan of Say Anything. I like their previous albums. I really love some of the stuff they've done. Wow, I Can Get Sexual Too is like a song that's on my playlist forever. So, anyway. I kind of really like this album because it's so bad. It's crass, it's crude on the nose, it holds nothing back, it's dramatic, it's raw, it's emotional, and it's everything I expect to Say Anything to do. And especially the lead singer, it's just him exposing his soul to everyone. The lyrics are almost comically bad in places to the point that they're kind of good. I never know how to feel about his music. It's like I Vibrator has such a catchy hook and chorus line. The sound of autoharmonic asphyxiation is very familiar to a lot of their previous songs. There's something really interesting about On Come, and IU bracket in there it's just a really good song. I did find Woman Song interesting. Again, it's like all about his wife, and he's like that raw emotional lyrics and him crying over the track. It's like really excessive and kind of a bit much, but yet somehow I still enjoyed it. The singer is just so unique with this how powerful and emotional he sounds, and he's pouring his heart and soul into every song and every lyric and every beat, and I can't help but get swept up in this like wave of feelings that he produces. And I keep listening to the album over and over again, and as long as I don't focus too hard on the lyrics, I just really like it, and I don't know why. So yeah, I kind of really enjoyed the album.
William, somebody who's deep and emotional and lays it all out there.
Do I have to talk about this album?
Because it's a journey and you're on it.
It's just needless, isn't it? Let's be honest. I like music, and I don't want people to be singing about that and hearing that in my music. Thank you very much. Hailstorm have known to be a bit out there with some of their funny words and lyrics sometimes. This is just another level, and I can't get on board or subscribe to it. I really I can't think of the right way to say it without being drawn in and encouraging the way the band talk. But I was really turned away from this album very quickly, and it's just needless, isn't it?
Somebody who's not needless, or is he? Chris.
So I wrote down one key phrase about this album when I was listening to it, especially after I just finished, and it was, "I just don't get this." So I like stuff like Will mentioned Hailstorm, and there are some songs that Hailstorm. The thing I like best about Hailstorm is that some of the songs that she sings on the earlier albums are while her dad is with her on stage, and she's talking about in Breaking, it's Taking a Virginity. Show Me Your Private Parts is the name of the song that they sing, and it's brilliant. And Hailstorm is serious, but they have alternative meanings to what they're singing about and what the words of the songs they're talking about, and they cover it up, and there's layers with Hailstorm. And then you've got stuff like Steel Panther, who are the comedy band, the 80s hair metal band formed in 2000, whatever it was, and they are just there to ridicule themselves, and they don't take themselves seriously either. So you've got those two extremes, and I don't get where the hell Say Anything is supposed to be on that spectrum. I don't know whether we're supposed to take them seriously and therefore possibly call a few people and see what we can get, see if we can get people to help them out, or whether it's all supposed to be, a bit tongue in cheek, a bit, let's have fun with some of the lyrics. But it's either too on point or not on point enough, I think, is the problem with it. And like Simon says, it musically, fine, good, great, enjoyable album. When you have to listen to the lyrics, No, just no. And so, yeah, I'm not a fan. I would encourage other bands doing this sort of stuff if you can get the right balance, but not say anything. Frankly, I'd rather you didn't.
Oh, poor Simon. How's it feel, mate? How's it feel to be the lonely voice of reason, of flag bearing on that one? Well, Simon, let me tell you, you're not, because I fucking love this album. It's just absolutely, it's just hilarious.
Why does that not
badly
surprise
brilliant.
Nothing about that
It's
statement
just-
surprises me.
Finally,
Oh my
I have
god!
found it off the
it's
same page as
hilarious.
Nigel, and I can't be
This
happy
whole
with this
album
album.
is
That
just
make a difference.
goddamn
Sorry.
hilariously badly brilliant. And I know where you're going because sometimes he can sound emotional. You kind of go, am I supposed to be taking this guy seriously? The lyrics tell you he's not supposed to be taking this seriously. My kids read fan fiction all the time. So the final album, even though it was 6 minutes long, I loved it. Fan fiction, I just absolutely loved it. And I just found this album absolutely goddamn hilariously brilliant. And you're absolutely right. I mean, you eloquently summed this album up in the perfect way, really. I mean, look, musically, not my really cup of tea, and it's not going to get the perfect vibe. But lyrically and tongue-in-cheekness and all the rest of that was just so goddamn funny. And what made it funny, what made it really funny was sometimes the fact that he sounded like it was really painful and stuff as well, and I kind of get that. I kind of got that as well. And sometimes I don't particularly like these songs that are quite graphic, and I don't think it was that graphic either. But I just found it hilariously funny. I really did enjoy it. And look, we listened to albums for our listening pleasure, and musically I didn't find a lot of pleasure from it. On occasions it was quite cool, but lyrically I just kept on chuckling. You know, listen to Dungeon and Daddy's podcast about D&D, and sometimes that goes quite close to the edge. And just I almost felt like a podcast with music in terms of his tongue-in-cheekness. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm a bit like that with when we did Avenged Sevenfold and some of the albums we listened to. What the hell was that about? And I just don't know. I just find it amusingly funny. There we go.
To listen to the album, you just have to remember it's basically him doing a love letter to his wife.
Yeah.
Who he loves dearly with all of his heart, but he's happy to talk about all the stuff people don't talk about. Yeah. He's just crude and crass.
It's fair to say that you and Nigel got the vibe.
Yeah, definitely,
yeah.
Definitely.
Apparently, so did his wife.
I know where Simon was because I was chuckling to myself. I went like, I don't want to listen to it again, but I have to. I have to listen to this again, just because I need. I think I've had a tough couple of weeks, and I needed something to cheer me up. But this was the album that kind of made sense of sometimes of reality that's been going on, and it's just like, yeah, it's just funny, just a fucking funny album. Anyway, let's find out our ratings, shall we? I kind of feel it apart from me and Simon what's coming, but
listening to you, Nige, I'm like, yeah, I get where you're coming from in a way, and it's funny, and it's infectiously funny. But then I look at Will just going, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm totally on board with that reaction.
Listen, we put ourselves in the moment with these albums. Sometimes we listen to it once, sometimes we listen to it twice, but we put ourselves in the moment, and we vote for what's in the moment, how we feel. Anyway, let's kick off with our votes then. Trish.
1.5.
Ian.
Don't even know why I gave it that.
1.5.
Simon.
3.
3. Will.
I'm baffled that I gave it as high as a 1, to be honest.
Yeah, no, me too.
Much more than it ever deserves.
Exactly.
Me too. Chris.
I'm not sure whether I was feeling right because I gave this a 2. I was being very, very, very generous.
Okay. I give it a 3.5. There we go.
What was that? I missed that. Say that again,
I
Nigel.
give it a 3.5. So I
thought you said 5 then for a minute.
No, I didn't give it a 5. Musically, it would never get a 5.
I'd need to go and sort him out if he gave that a 5.
Its average of 2.2, 333rd out of 378 albums, and 70th out of 76. It's not going to meet. It's not going to get into our album of the year show, but
Thank God.
if you like a bit of punk and you like a bit of just check it out. Just check the album out and get into the cell with me and Simon. We'll be in the cells next to you when you know you're going to be committed. Anyway, thank you to my wonderful panel, to Trish, to Ian, to Simon, to Will, and to Chris. Please hit the like and subscribe button. It all helps. Thank you very much. And tune in. 2 more albums to come, everybody. Rock on. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.